Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, and today I'm here with yet another video on workflow rules in Salesforce. So workflow rules in Salesforce is a platform of business logic engine that allows us to define the rules to automate certain actions when a particular criteria is met. So in workflow rules, it is basically considered as a container that consists of two components. The first one is criteria and the second one is action. So it consists of action that should be performed when the criteria for workflow rules are met. Okay, and every workflow rules must be based on every single object, because when a rule is defined, this object basically influences the field that will be available to set the criteria. So criteria for rules can be represented as a condition or a formula, actions and workflow rules. So there are basically two types of actions in workflow rules, and when they are executed. So the first one is immediate action and the second one is time triggered action. So the immediate action is they are basically executed immediately when the criteria for a rule is met, and the time triggered action in these actions can be executed at a specific time which is specified when creating this type of actions in workflow rules. So in these type of actions, when the date or time comes on which of the actions needed to be executed, and it again verifies that the record is still meeting the criteria or not. And if the record is meeting the criteria, then we can execute the respective action, otherwise we cannot do that, right? So now we'll see that there are four types of actions that can be specified in a workflow rule. So email alert. For email alert, I have provided you a whole video, and I will provide you the link in the description box, so you can go to the previous video for email alert. So we'll come to the field update. It occurs before the email alert task and outbound messages. So it basically functions independently of the field level security. So therefore a workflow rule can update the fields even though they are hidden or the user's page layout. Okay, and then the third one is task. It simply assigns a task to a single user owner or a rule. We can also make sure that a notification of the email is sent to the assigned person. Okay, but when a task is automatically assigned, task should also be assigned to the rules if they have only one user assigned to the particular rule. So if there are more than one user assigned to the rule, then the task automatically get assigned to the owner of the workflow rule, so that the user who have triggered the workflow rule. Fine. And the fourth one is outbound messages. So it is kind of action that sends the information to an end-to-end process in the form of XML. Okay, and it is basically used to send the object field data to your third-party application to perform the specific task as per the requirement. So we will learn that how we can create a workflow rule in Salesforce. So for creating a workflow rule, we'll click onto the setup. Then here in the quick find box, we'll search for the process automation, and in the process automation section, in the end we'll find the workflow rules. So we'll click onto it, and then we'll click onto the and in the object section we'll search for the task, and we'll create a new rule for the object name task. Then we'll click onto the next. Here in the rule name, we'll create a rule name by connecting. Okay, then in the description box we'll write a relevant description, that is, you tried to contact this user, but they were unavailable. Follow up again to offer installation support. Okay, so that is the description which we are giving in the description box. Then in the evaluation criteria, we have selected the third option. It's because we want our workflow rule to take effect when a record is created, and like any time it's edited and subsequently can be met the criteria, and also to ensure that our rule is always kept up to the date, right? Then in the rule criteria, we'll select the field as task call result, and the operator we'll select as equal. Then in the value, we'll write it as need to follow up. Okay, then we'll click to the save and next. The third option, we'll get to know that what actions is going to be taken by the workflow rule, right? Then here in the add workflow action, we'll click on the drop down button, then we'll click onto the new task. Here we can see that there are many options which we have to fill, that is assign to, subject, due dates, status, priority, etc. So we'll assign it to name as Shivani Pandari, right? Then the subject will be connecting, then the unique name will be connecting. Here we'll click onto the drop down button and we'll take the due date as task created, then we'll plus it, and the days we'll give is 2. Okay, the status will be not started and priority will be normal, right? Then in the description information, we'll write a comment, and that will be get back in touch with the user to offer installation support for their software download. Now here we'll just write up this much, then we'll click onto the save. So now like you can see that it has taken us to the workflow rule option, right, to the same basic page where we have created it, right? But we cannot find the active option, so we can click onto the workflow rules again, and we can see that the activate button is here. So to activate the workflow rule, we can click onto it simply, and the workflow rule has been activated, right? So that's all about how you can create a workflow rule in Salesforce. So in the end, I would like to answer the question which I have asked you in the previous video, that if we cannot do a particular action, or if we are not able to do a particular automation using workflow or process builder, then what should we do? So the answer was, we can go for the Apex trigger, because we all know that if the declarative approach doesn't work, then we need to go for the programming approach. So in that case, using Apex, we can do literally anything we want, but like with Apex we have sky as a limit, so you can do anything and you can find automations and you want to do, and for that you need to learn Apex triggers also. So that is all about workflow, and We'll meet in the next video with the process builder. Till then, stay safe and please do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.